Hey there guys, it's Dashabella and Nightfall and welcome to my Halloween special video. Yeah, we're doing a bit of a special Halloween themed video this year for Halloween because I've never done one of these before, but I've always wanted to do it. Today's video, we are going to be rating 7 Halloween themed horses from 3 different games. And the games we're going to be talking about today is obviously Star Equestrian, this game that I'm playing right now, Star Stable Online, and Wild Horse Islands. All 3 of these games released Halloween exclusive horses for this year, and I thought it would be a really cool idea to go through and rate the horses from the ones I like the least to the ones that I like the most. I will be sharing my personal opinion on these horses, by the way. I am in no way an expert or anybody that you should be listening to. I just do videos for fun. So if you agree with my opinion, that's awesome. But if you don't, that is totally fine as well. I do love hearing other people's opinions. So as you go through the video with me, if you disagree or if you agree, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear all of your own personal thoughts on all these Halloween horses and who you personally think did Halloween best this year. So anyways, let's jump into my top 7 list of Halloween horses for 2025. Okay, starting from the bottom of the list, in 7th place, basically the Halloween horse that I liked the least out of all of my horsey games this year was actually from Star Stable Online. So Galvatar, unfortunately, was not a favorite of mine at all. I did not like the design for Galvatar, even though I thought the idea behind the horse was really cool. So Galvatar, in case you guys didn't know, is supposed to be this like Frankenstein themed horse where it's a horse that's been stitched together because, as you can see, there are stitches in all of the major segments of the horse. The mane and tail looks like it's like hair that has been shocked. And the horse does look a little bit electric green. Like there are elements in this horse that makes it look like it has been electric shocked back to life. Now, unfortunately, I just didn't like the way that this horse looked this year. I don't know what it was about it. I can't tell if it was the color or maybe just the textures didn't do this horse justice. I will say one thing I do find a little bit cool about the horse is that it does look a little bit like an X-ray of the horse. If you look at the texture, like the bones of the horse, because they're kind of like glowing, the horse looks like it's kind of X-ray themed alongside the Frankenstein theme. I don't know how to explain what this thing is in my mind, but like I can see what they tried to do with this horse. Personally, I just don't really think it worked. This horse was just a really big miss for me. I bought it for this video, but if you were going to ask me if I was going to buy star coins for Galvatar, this would be a hard no for me. I just did not like this horse at all. In 6th place, we have the Underworld Clydesdale from Wild Horse Islands. So this was another horse that was a major miss for me in Wild Horse Islands because there were 3 coats released this year for Wild Horse Islands for Halloween. This one, I think, of the other 3 coats was probably the most painted looking one. Like I can see the concept behind the horse. It's supposed to be Underworld themed. But in reality, like when I see this horse, it just makes me think of like a biker gang. You know how like bikers, they have flames on their bikes and bones and skulls and all that stuff. Like, yeah, this horse reminded me so much of like just a random person from a biker gang rather than being an Underworld themed horse. I will give the game a little bit of slack because remember, this is also a Roblox game and the developers are working with a lot of limited resources when they do try to do some of these holiday coats. Like I think this coat really needed to have separate like items attached to the horse to make it really work. So yeah, this horse was another big miss for me. I think out of all the horses for Wild Horse Islands, this one is supposed to be considered the rarest out of all of the Halloween horses. And I'm happy to say I'm absolutely okay with giving this horse a miss this year because yeah, it's just not my vibe. Fifth on the list, we have the Lykan horse from Star Equestrian. So the Lykan horse is one of 2 fantasy horses that were released in Star Equestrian this year, and it's also part of the same banner as the other fantasy horse. Now, the Lykan horse, at first I thought I liked this horse more than the other featured Star Equestrian Halloween horse because I'm a huge fan of direwolves and Lykans and werewolves, you know, all that kind of stuff. I love wolves. But the design for the Lykan, it's a bit of a miss for me, mostly because of their decision with texturing the body. So you can see on the Lykan, it does have a bit of a fluffy mane and the body also looks a little fluffy. But once you do look at the horse, the body is actually just painted fluffy. It's not actually fluffy. So like when you're in game, the horse in certain angles does look a little bit flat and it doesn't look as good as it normally would if you just kind of look at it from side on, you know. I don't like that painted look for my horses, especially if you're asking me to fork out extra money for limited time holiday horses, right? So yeah, the Lykan's cool. There are still things I like about this horse. I love the collar. I think the collar is such an awesome idea because you think of a Lykan, it's a dangerous animal, and normally you associate like dangerous dogs with collars. So the collar was really awesome. I also like the feet, even though they do look a little bit goofy. I do love these giant feet. They kind of look like boots as well. I feel like they would be amazing shoes if somebody sold these as shoes. So the goofy feet were really cute. But yeah, unfortunately, I think there were just too many things that kind of held the Lykan back for me in terms of just being a Halloween horse, you know. I think there are definitely ways that this could have been better. It was just, unfortunately, this horse a little bit more of a miss compared to being a win for me. So yeah, cute horse, okay, but not my favorite for the Halloween horses this year. Fourth on my list, we have the Mummy Quarter Horse from Wild Horse Islands. So out of all the Halloween horses on Wild Horse Islands, this one is considered the common coat. This is going to be one of the most common Halloween horses you'll find in the wild. And I'm going to be honest, guys, I don't feel like this horse is a common horse to me at all. I love the idea of a mummy horse, and I love the way that they actually executed it on this particular model. So what they've done with the quarter horse, if you haven't seen already, is if you have a look at the legs, you can see where the tape kind of ends on the horse's legs, and then, you know, it's just black. I really like that. I thought that was very, very cute. I loved the different colors that they have put on for the bandages as well. So you can see that the horse, it's taped up in like many different strands of bandages. And the colors, I really love the colors that they picked for it as well. Really, really cute. Like, it's such a fun mix of a Halloween horse, but also having the coat look like a standard coat. Like this looks like either a dun or a buckskin to me. So I really love how they've tried to incorporate Halloween themes into horse themes as well. The surprising thing I really like about the horse is the eye. The eye, it's like a glazed over marble. And I feel like this is such a cool idea because, okay, I mean, obviously, you know, mummies, whatever a mummy is, like that thing is, it's gone, right? It's not alive. And you would think with stuffed animals, you know how people do taxidermy stuff? As soon as I saw the marble eye, I thought, oh my gosh, that has to be taxidermy. And I thought that was just such a cool concept to combine a mummy with a horse as a Halloween costume, you know, the little taxidermy eye. So yeah, I actually really, really like this quarter horse, even though it was such a basic design. You know, sometimes it really pays to just have a really simple design for Halloween horses. Speaking of simple designs, we have to talk about Bixbite. So Bixbite is the other Halloween exclusive horse for Star Stable Online, and this horse is third on my list. And I know some people are probably going to bite me for this because you're just like, how dare you make Bixbite be your third favorite? I have opinions, okay? I have personal opinions. And again, if you disagree, totally fine. Bixbite is, interestingly enough, a really nice looking horse. I'm going to say that. Bixbite looks really, really great as a horse. There were a few things that kind of held it back for me personally for a Halloween horse. I think one of the major things was how simple this horse looked. And I know someone's going to disagree. Bixbite overall is a very, very simply designed vampire horse. So it's obviously vampire themed because it's got blood red eyes. It's got these very old decorations and adornments on the body. And I think the big giveaway are the ears. The ears are very, very bat-like. So obviously it's a vampire horse. I mean, at the end of the day, Bixbite is a really nice looking horse. But if you kind of glanced at the horse, I kind of feel like it was just really, really plain for a Halloween horse. I think when I think of Halloween horses in stable, I think back to, I think it was last year's fantasy horses, the carousel horse and the robot horse. Was that last year? I actually don't remember anymore. But like those horses, those were the best horses for Halloween last year, hands down. Like there was nothing out there in the horse game world that could compete with that. But I feel like this year with Galvatar and Bixbite, huge downgrades in terms of detail, in terms of quality. It's just, I kind of don't know what happened. It almost felt like they rushed the designs for Star Stable's Halloween horses this year. My second most favorite Halloween horse for this year is from Star Equestrian. So we have the Night Stalker. The Night Stalker is a vampire themed Halloween horse from Star Equestrian. It came with the Lykan and they are both sharing the same banner. So if you're trying to pull for this horse, you might get the other horse instead. That's kind of the bad thing. But I love the design for the Transylvanian Night Stalker. I think it is, when I see that horse, I think of vampire, hands down. I think that's one of the things that really carried this horse and made it one of my favorites this year for Halloween. The fact that like you look at this horse and you immediately think of vampire. And the tack set that comes with this horse really, really makes it look so good, especially the broken draped blanket running over its back. I love that blanket. That blanket just matches so well with the horse. But it's not just the blanket. The mane, I think the way that it looks a little wet, it reminds me of some of those like really old school vampire movies. And you have like the vampires looking super slick and everything. And sometimes the hair looks too slicked. Reminds me of that. The tail was a bit of a miss. I don't like how they've done the tail, but then again, it does look like they tried something new with it. So I'll give them a pass. Like the concept for it is just really cool. Mane's my favorite part. The fangs are really cute as well. The rune markings going down the horse as well. I do like the rune markings because we also associate vampires with magic. So also really, really like that as well. I don't really think there's much more to say about the Transylvanian Night Stalker. I think it was just a really, really cool designed horse this year. But surprise, surprise, it's actually not my favorite horse. Okay guys, my favorite Halloween horse for 2025. This may shock people and it might not shock people as well. But my favorite Halloween horse for 2025 is the Kelpie Aquatique from Wild Horse Islands. Okay, hear me out. Okay, I know Kelpies are like classic Halloween ideas for horses for Halloween. I think this one, it looks so good. It looks so good. I love the design of the Kelpie for Wild Horse Islands this year. I love the wet looking mane. I love the random plants in the mane as well. The tail also looks very wet. The placement of the gills, the color of the horse, the horn design as well. Oh my gosh, this Kelpie's perfect. I really, really, really love this horse. I wish we had more games, like more horse games that would incorporate Kelpies into like their scary stories and all that kind of stuff. Because Kelpies are scary, guys. Kelpie, the story behind the Kelpie, super scary, but like in a good way. And it gives you so much room for interpretation on how a Kelpie should look. And yeah, this year, Wild Horse Islands knocked it out of the park with this horse and this coat. So there you have it, guys, my top 7 list of all of my favorite Halloween horses for 2025. Do you agree with my list? Do you disagree? Let's have a discussion in the comment section below. If you want to share your own personal list from most to least favorite or vice versa, paste it in the comments. I want to see your lists because I really like seeing other people's opinions for stuff like this, because like, even though I make YouTube videos, like just because I say something, it doesn't mean it's true, okay? It's true for me, but it might not be true for you. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, because I like hearing your thoughts and opinions on this kind of stuff as well. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. Happy Halloween, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.